So then when she pointed the finger to him, I said, all this time you knew about it. You're the one that fucking pushed it. Okay. I love you. Love you. So we are on our first ride using this GoPro. We'll see how well the audio is, because I don't honestly know how well it is right now, but because this is gonna cause me to change a lot of things on my current setup. So let's just take a ride to the office here. Lord, Father God, in the name of Jesus Christ, get me safe, sharp, front wise. So this is my usual trip back into the office. I just want to see what the low light is on here, as well as the audio. I'm not gonna lie to you, the helmet is a bit annoying right now, and that guy's annoying. Why come out and then just, oh my, why come out just to do that, dude? But right now I think it's on my ear, which is feeling a bit uncomfortable, but nonetheless, let's make this shit happen. To be honest with you, I haven't ridden this motorcycle in a few months. I think I haven't ridden it since December, only because like the back wheel went out. I needed to patch it up. It's still a lot of meat on there, so I chose not to get a new tire because it'd be a waste. However, I did have a lot of holes, a lot of punctures. For those of you guys, Americans especially, who don't use that sealant, I suggest you do, because from what the guy told me, I had like 7 puncture holes, which was nuts for me. I was like, what? 7? I was like, that sucks. So I think it cost me like $2,000 a fix, which is nothing crazy. But yeah, freaking, well, for those of you on the 2 wheels and the 4 wheels, I pray that you're safe. Pray that you're safe. I pray to be safe, sharp, and wise. When I say that, I mean, when I say I pray to be safe in my health, safe in my journey, safe wherever I go. I pray to be sharp in my decisions, sharp in my actions, right? Sharp in any possible way that can be. And I pray to be wise, and you know, same kind of the same thing. Wise in my decisions, wise in my actions, wise in the way I move, and ultimately wise because I'm trying my best to live under God's will, you know. I do have affirmations that I have for myself that I tell myself as well. I bring value to every person I encounter or any situation I encounter. And unfortunately, I fail at a lot of that. So I fail in a lot of those, to be honest with you. However, I just do my best to try to be a good person and live as Jesus would. And I am so far from there. So recently, Ruby and I just got another more like easy reading Bible, bigger letters, because I can't squint anymore. I don't want to squint anymore. It gives me headaches. And you know, I'm so blessed to be in that journey with her, you know. I don't know if you watch my social media. It's not like I'm anybody anyway, but I had to unfortunately give Zeus away because him and Aries were just fighting too much. 2 males in the house, and it's sad. My dog, her, she's getting old. She's an American bully. You've seen her in my videos way back then. I don't get to see her often anymore because she's in Dumaguete, but yeah, she's getting up there now, and she's given me more years than I could have imagined, and I'm so grateful and blessed to have her in my life. And because, you know, my family loves her, and my family takes care of her in Dumaguete. But yeah, she's 11 years old, probably going 12. She's an American bully, so it's pretty old for that. So I'm just happy that she had a nice long life. She's had a relaxed life. She's given us 4 litters, 3 planned, 1 unplanned, unfortunately. But still a huge blessing. She's given me Taz. And ultimately, in giving me Taz, she's given me all the other bullies that I have, you know. Yeah, she's a grandmother of Tigress, which I had to put down this year. She's a mother of, you know, Moet. Oh man, so many dogs over the years. And I've been wanting to, since I've been back in Davao, I've been wanting to bring her here in Davao or wherever I go. However, my mother-in-law loves Aries, so I mean loves Hershey, so she asked Ruby, oh no, don't take her, you know, I really want her, so I couldn't take her. And you gotta listen to your mom. So you know, I'm just trying to get more news and how everything is right now with her. Great thing is actually at least my speedometer's working. I don't know if you can see that. Definitely working since I fixed the speed sensor. Check out that video somewhere around here, I'll put it. Whoa, I-beam City. But I'm contemplating getting also a Ace Pro 2 by Insta360. So it has some good low light, but I'm contemplating it. This is a really dodgy road right here, because it's not super steep, but if you don't know how to control yourself here, oh, you know, you can definitely have a fun time. But this is from where I left the subdivision that I live at. This is kind of like my little back way into there. I mean, two diversion road, because the other way is I go all the way down City Gate, which is a mall here in Buhangin, and it's just too far, dude. Too far out of the way. But you know, this is, you know, the little, as I'm getting used to him, I'm just finding to find ways. But some of the, I mean, I praise Davao for everything they've done here, but some of the roads here are still small. Davao is probably, for me, I don't really miss anything when I lived in Virginia and especially New York. I mean, I didn't grow up in a nice part of New York, so it's kind of like, it's kind of great, to be honest with you. But Virginia, I love Virginia Beach, to be honest with you. Quiet, where I lived, pretty quiet. People were respectful for the most part. But, you know, even then, things were a bit pricey. But, and you know, although Virginia Beach has a lot of things, I don't really see a gap from the things I used to like do over there versus the things I do over here. And for those of you moving to the Philippines, just, you know, understand that if you live in a smaller town, smaller community, yeah, maybe you're not going to really feel a difference like myself. I don't know. The only thing that I would say is that the weather-wise, the humidity here is, it's not like you get breaks where you got fall, you got a little bit of winter in Virginia Beach. It's just hot and swamp butt hot and then manageable. You know, it's kind of like your options there. But I live pretty high up from the rest of people downtown, so I live pretty high up. So I don't really live in the hills, but it's I don't exactly know the elevation, but I do have cooler mornings, to be honest with you. I have cooler mornings. What happened here, my dude? What happened here? Oh, there's a car in the way. Now, when you move here, there's gonna be like things that I'll way where I had to get over things, as in the driving style here. Oh my goodness! If you, I drive like I'm from New York, so I drive sometimes with no patience. Let me just stop lying. All the time with no patience, but I just want to rush to get somewhere, which that's on me. But some driving here, I don't know, man. It is frustrating. It's dog eat dog types thing, and then there really is no etiquette. I would say courtesy here, to be honest with you. You do find people who will let you in and things like that. But in rush hour, I mean, it's comparable to New York. I mean, everyone's trying to get home, and I understand it's rubbernecking, it's bottlenecking, rubbernecking. Just I totally get it. I want to get home. I want to get away from this. So let me try to do my best to rush home. So, you know, yeah, it happens. And Davao has, for me, done amazing at building diversion roads and things like that. And I would have to say there's a lot of scenic routes here, to be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. There's a lot of scenic routes here. And when it comes to development, I think they're amazing at that, to be honest with you. So I have on this jacket that, you know, it's one of those high-vis jackets. So the whole entire jacket is high-vis. So when people see me, they freaking see me, dude. You know, one thing, I'm so freaking happy. That speedometer working, the gauge, the actual, you can see the KMs that I'm doing. Because, dude, I don't know if you saw this, but there are there's speed guns. They use speed guns in Davao as well as red light cameras. I mean, speeding cameras. The problem is with the technology here sometimes, and I'm just saying, the moment that you're gonna find out that you owe money, I think, is when you have to renew your registration. So the great thing is now is so much less traffic now. They finished this right here, this flyover, I want to say, which has been a game changer for my traveling, especially with the gas situation here now. And it's a gas situation around the world right now. But yeah, like it saved me a lot of time, to be honest with you. And it's just beautiful to drive here, especially in the middle of the night. Like I'm usually here. I usually drive home like 3:30, 4 o'clock in the mornings, and it's beautiful. Look at that view. I don't know if you see it. I hope I capture it for you. It's beautiful for me. Just minimize our speed here, because on this diversion road, I believe top is 60, which, you know, people brake anyway, but the gunners are right there. But see, they're over there to the right side of that thing right there. So they're waiting right there, see? So, you know, it's perfectly fine as long as you stay calm and just stay within the speed limit. You know what I'm saying? If you go super fast down that hill, obviously, yeah, you're going to get trapped if you go fast, but you got to control it, be cognizant of it, you know? Some people complain about the corruption and things like that, but yeah, it does happen. I'm not going to lie to you. It does happen, you know? I personally know what happens, because of the things that I've experienced here. But, you know, like, I don't know how to explain this in a way where, like, yeah, it has happened to me. People have tried their best to extort me. I've been extorted a few times to get things done, and I've been put in bad places. This, I agree with you for most of the time. But generally speaking, the way I conduct myself, and just, I don't know if there's any value in this, but there's a sense of an aura that I project and things like that. I'll give you a story time with the situation while we head into work. So I don't know if you guys remember, I'll put some pictures up. I had my Ninja 250 when it first came out. I bought a Ninja 250, right? And oh, look at that over there, G-Max, I think it's X-Max. But I had my Ninja 250, and you know I had businesses. I had to be traveling all the time. I really didn't want to take my car. So, long story short, I was driving down from my house to downtown in Dumaguete, and this kid pops out of nowhere, and I didn't hit the kid face head on. I hit him on the right side of my motorcycle. So what it caused him to do is, and I didn't fall, he just basically, what is the Bisaya term? Now, ping sound is like, he just got like, kind of like, I tapped him a little bit on my side, and he was crying, obviously. And everyone over there was making a fuss about this and about that. And to some extent, many of them knew who I was within the town. And unfortunately, there are just people out there in this world who are very opportunistic. So, generally speaking, this is kind of a lesson for those of you who actually, God forbid, you guys get into this situation. If you're the one who has more, the perception is you have more money, you are going to be paying. If you hit someone that is on a lower socioeconomic status. So just be aware of that. So what ended up happening was, I stopped the motorcycle because I noticed, like, oh shit, like he just got 'Cause obviously it didn't fall, so it wasn't a crash. I didn't fall. So I was like, oh shit, a crowd was forming. To a great degree, everyone knows me in that area. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go have my guys come in with a car, drop the car off to me. I took the kid to the hospital, and I paid for the everything, bandages. It was just bandages pretty much, and like little scrapes here and there. I found out later on that day, news travels in a small town faster than probably COVID, I'll be honest with you. So I found out that day that basically that kid, that's a common thing the kid did because he was autistic. So, and the mother was like tindera, like you know, selling fish, or so, I think she was selling fish at that time. So people had to warn her, like, well, don't let your kid go out on the street, because I found out, because at that time, right, I had a pedicab business. So at that time, many of the pedicab drivers were like, sir, that kid, he almost got hit by me. And then another pedicab driver goes, yeah, that's a common thing. The kid just go run in the middle of the street, and then the mother will just be like, oh, whatever. So this thing happened in the morning. I was done at the hospital maybe in the late afternoon, mid-afternoon. By like 5 or 6 o'clock, I thought we were done with everything. I dropped them off and whatever. What ended up happening was a police officer, somebody that I know, was like, oh, some woman reported you for a hit and run, and they want more compensation. And because they found out who I was, like a blotter, right? So I'm like, what are you talking about? I just came from the hospital, you know, here's the bills. So what ended up happening was I went to the police station, and I saw the guy, which I didn't know at that time. I was like, I heard there's a blotter on me. I want to get to the bottom of this, because I dealt with it already earlier today. And if you guys don't straighten this out, I'm going to have my lawyer on this, and then it's going to be a situation for all of you guys. And the guy was like, oh, no, sir, everything is fine. So I said, no, to clear all this up, I want the woman who complained about me, which was the mother, I want her here, and to sign off on paperwork, basically that I had no more claims to anything monetary, because at the end of the day, I thought it was dealt with already. So they picked her up in the paddy wagon, which she got really nervous. So we waited a few minutes, maybe 30 minutes. They picked her up, and then basically I told her, like, so let me try to understand this. You complained after I took care of everything already. So why the hell am I on a blotter? And then, like many people, she wasn't accountable for it. She threw it back to the officer, which was the one who was literally writing down everything that I was saying. So then when she pointed the finger to him, I said, all this time you knew about it. You're the one that fucking pushed it. I said, oh no, sir, I was just telling her some advice and things. I was like, no. And this is the problem why foreigners here, and I'm not a foreigner, well, people like me don't trust people like you. Because I already dealt with it already. Then why the hell am I here, and this woman is trying to ask me for more money? And in hindsight now, I'm like, this is why the Philippines gets a bad rap. Because there are great people here, but it's people like those. And yeah, she was trying to come up, and he probably wanted a piece of it, or he just wanted to instigate the whole situation. And I dealt with it, because at the end of the day, I did have to eventually call the lawyer, which is a family lawyer, which at that point in time was the provincial attorney for the whole entire island. So yeah, that's something you don't want to deal with to a great degree. So when that happened, I was like, I don't like this. I just don't like this, because at the end of the day, you're making me feel like you're abusing me. I already dealt with what I had to deal with, and knowing that the kid was autistic and he wasn't capable and had the capacity to kind of do his own thing, the mother should have watched him from the get-go. So long story short, sorry for going a bit longer, she signed off on it and it was done. But if you didn't know, you would be in a bind. And if you get nervous, you would be in a bind. You know, you would get nervous a bit, you know what I'm saying? I really hope the audio's picking up, to be honest with you. I am cooking in this. Cooking. Let's turn the shirt down a little bit here. Woo. Yo, this, although very practical when it comes to safety, is like a sauna suit. And I'm loving my bike more, dude. I'm gonna have to repair this bike, to be honest with you. Gonna have to repair this bike. Whew. But yeah, this is Matina Crossing. We're in Matina Crossing already right here. Very high traffic area here. Super high traffic area over here. I am so happy my speedometer works. I don't know if you see that. Just that number moving makes me feel good, as well as this number. This is a labor of love project, because there's, I mean, I told Ruby, I mean, I could have bought a brand new motorcycle, but she knows how I like customizing things. So when I bought this one, I literally, like, you know what, I need to buy something that I can customize throughout the couple of months, do my weekend stuff, and you know, like, I have to fix some of the cracks here. I have some cracked plastic and stuff, so I'm gonna buy a welder, those plastic welders, do that up real quick, and instead of painting it for now, because I can paint it myself, instead of painting it for now, I'm just gonna wrap it potentially. I've come to realize that I had some fortune guy, well, no, it wasn't a fortune teller guy. It was actually one of those numerology, astrology things, you know, you read from time to time. I don't really believe in those things, but numerology, there are some things about numbers that you can go deeper. I think numerology, correct me if I'm wrong, is older than astrology and all those things. I read one time before, like, you know, you will always go against the grain and all these type of talk like this. I'm like, and then, you know, obviously you don't want to make it seem as if it's you want to believe everything that thing says, but like I'll be honest with you, like, everything I do is usually against the grain, to be honest with you, when it comes to my choices of things, or even when I used to get in trouble when I was younger. Ergo why I used to get in trouble, so I used to go against the grain. But talking about like motorcycles, right? Could have bought a Yamaha, Honda, any one of those Super 4 ones, right? The big four. I didn't want to, you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to just go with a Chinese brand, just like I went with my car. And it's something about it gravitates me about different, you know what I'm saying? Something about it, I don't know. Exclusivity to some extent, but not that it's special or important. It's just something like, you know what? Not everybody's getting it, so let me get it, and I'll drive it around, and I'll modify it, and coming up in the building. So yeah, I really believe that.
The next day.
So we are headed home. It's about 3. Lord Father God, keep me safe, sharp, and wise. Recording. So we're on our way home, and this freaking microphone was right on my mouth. So I'm literally eating the freaking mouth. Gotta find a better way, but yeah, just another grateful day, another good day at work. Had to have some hard convos with some of the staff there, actually all of the staff, and I think that's leading people in a way where not being ashamed of being God-centered, at the same time just, you know, sharing stories and sharing experiences and hoping to help people. That guy was too close, dude. Help people with their own experiences. So this is Matina Crossing, like we did before. It's 3 in the morning, so not too crazy. What's the temperature here? 26 degrees Celsius. I don't know what that is, but now this thing is running fantastic. Yo, this freaking microphone is literally in my mouth. That's way better, dude. Oh, the hair's in my mouth. Oh, I gotta find a better way to attach it on here. This bike is not fast, but it gets the job done, you know what I'm saying? I just need to be dependable, pray to God to stay safe on it. Pretty much it. 333. So this is going into a really weird road here because it gets really nasty here. Ooh, I got some water in there. I haven't turned my lights on, but I don't know if you can see this here. Oh yeah. When we get into a darker area, I'm gonna run it. But yeah, I found out there's a rule for all these lights, you know, with the super bright driving lights. If you guys don't know, you gotta, it's only allowed by law, but you know, people break the law here. You can only turn on these auxiliary driving lights when it's in a dark place, not in well-lit areas. But obviously, to someone that might be subjective, but if you look at it right now, I think this is pretty well lit. I think I'm getting, it's well lit for me, that's all I'm saying. When I go up to where I'm going to, then I'll throw them on. Let's check that out. Nobody. Perfect. Look at that. What's going on here? Oops. It feels so, you have peace of mind knowing how fast you're going. Not that this is going supersonic speeds, but at least for me, when like this, I'm gonna just turn it on right here because this is, I don't know if you see that. That's pretty bright for me. Wow, I don't know what that was. But yeah, yeah, this is pretty well lit right now. But yeah, this is Diversion Road. It's about 3:30 in the morning, and this is generally the traffic. You gotta be really careful sometimes too, because there's when the trucks come out, and sometimes they're kind of impaired. They know that no one's gonna be, not a lot of people gonna be on the road, so they might not be on their best agile nature, you know. Yeah, you gotta love the horn though. That horn is loud, dude. You gotta be careful, see? That's what I'm talking about. Some go fast, some go slow. And just run this way so I don't get crushed. I was talking to one of my friends at work, and we were talking about as you get older, life just changes, especially with kids, man. The nature of just conducting yourself, you know, like what you live for, what your, I guess my point is your ambition. Everything changes, you know. You know, like, I am still to a great degree ambitious. It hasn't stopped me, but just, I guess, choices wise, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying my best to stay within, ooh, there's commercial properties for sale. Wow, how much is that, dude? How much is this corner, dude? On times like this, I usually just take my time, to be honest with you, because, you know, God forbid. I pray that everyone, you know, stays safe whenever they're driving home, especially on a motorcycle, you know. Yeah, going back to like having a kid, man, you just, totally different outlook on life, you know. It's totally different outlook on life. Let me try to stay within, because here on Diversion Road, there is a red light camera, right? There's a red light camera. So I'm trying my best to stay within range here, because it's right there. It's right here, 3, 2, 1. Right there, I don't know if you saw that red flash, but I'm at 50, see, and they know that this is a downhill, so it's going to keep going up, so trying my best to keep it low as possible. Another good thing about these maxi scooters is that you can really put your foot, as like a footrest, you can put it up. I personally like it. It's cool for me. Oh, I really love driving around now, because no one's on the road. I'm saying, you know, wow, I'm going 69. But there's another red light camera right here, guys. If there's so many properties here for sale in Davao, to be honest with you. I'm gonna drop, what am I at right here? 53. There's another red light camera right there. I'm gonna drop just in case it's a rear camera. This motorcycle is carbureted, so it won't be as fuel efficient as the, you know, counterparts that are fuel injected, but I think I still spend $10. Well, that was back then. I gotta full tank this thing soon, but it's still a lot less than my car, so save some money there. Put it somewhere else. This guy's high beams are on. Oh shit, that was a dangerous bump, dude. I don't know if you saw me jump, but ooh, that could have turned out bad. Thank you, Lord. Dude, I literally came off my seat and my backpack hit the back of my helmet. Dude, oh no. I gotta turn this light on. That was no joke, dude. That could have turned out bad, thank you, God. It was a freaking literal. Watch out for that next time wow, what is the deal with this? What's happening here? I got two of the same cars. So this is Davao Christian over here to the left. You missed it. Davao Christian High School, but I am planning to send my daughter, God willing, to the Davao Christian schools. But if you're from Davao and you have your kids, or you had your kids, you know, go to school somewhere around here that gave good opportunities when it comes to obviously learning, but learning in a way where for, you know, like life learning, you know, like in-depth history and all those things. And just, I mean, I do believe that you get what you put into school, but for me, there are some schools that actually put an effort with their students, you know. I'm choosing Davao Christian because I got really good reviews from all my associates, colleagues, and things like that. So now I'm gonna just turn my lights on here. This is kind of like the setting where you can turn your lights on. Although it is pretty well lit, to be honest with you, but it's kind of like the back roads type thing, so that's why I'm choosing to turn my lights on. But yeah, this is my way home. I should be home within the next less than 10 minutes. It takes about 20-30 minutes, depending on traffic, to get to work, especially with a Passover or flyover. It's gotten a lot quicker, to be honest. More convenient, more faster. But actually, it just reminded me, I'm going to start carrying, I'm not going to say I'm carrying a weapon in here, but I'm going to start holding some protection. Davao is generally safe, but you just never know. Well, I'm going to try to schedule more trips, to be honest with you. And you know what? I'm just going to probably, just vlog every single day for whatever reason that is. But then, like this year, I do want to get another big bike. For those of you Americans who don't know what a big bike is, in terms of, obviously the word big bike is big bike, but generally in this context, it's a bike bigger than, some would say 400cc or 250cc is big, but I would say 400. Some choices I have, I'm going to get a secondhand, so there's a reason why I want to get a secondhand, well-maintained secondhand, but they already put certain mods that are good, good for me at least. I'm thinking about getting either Z1000RR. I'm definitely going to get something over 600cc, to be honest with you. ZX1000RR. Then you got the, I did see CB650. I'm tossing between a naked or a sports bike, because my wife and I have this bike, so I can always take her out with this one. But sometimes the freaking back and the wrist hurt already, especially my back when you're bent over on a freaking lean over on a sports bike. But I love my sports bikes, dudes. Maybe even a ZX6R, maybe as low as 600, but definitely something over, bigger than a 400, dude. If I can get an MT-09, maybe as well. Tossing things around here and there, but I do definitely love the Z1000. Although I did see the Z9, pretty bumpy here. Sorry, guys. But yeah, this is basically my way home. Damn, that was a freaking bumpy road, dude. Either that or my... Oh, this is a street I want to bank on, dude. Want to get a nicer bike, or especially in the daytime. I got to get more familiar with this bike, though. I got to know how it's handling and all those things too, honestly. I'll just go to the left here. Where am I at? 92? Not bad. Going uphill. Gun this thing. I think I can break 100 with this thing. That's pretty cool. There's another strip we can go down on the way home. You just got to be careful out here, especially with the dogs too, and some people just stay in the corner too. You never know. But nonetheless, I just enjoy motorcycles in general. Going back to the conversation of what to get next, I am always going to keep this because, I just like scooter laying around. But there's, I don't know what that was, not my fruit. That looked like a jackfruit, but that's not my fruit, so I don't want to be, somebody else owns that. I'm still trying to get used to driving a maxi scooter, the leaning angles and stuff like that before I feel confident with it. The geometry of it should be the same with a counter steering and stuff like that, but I'm not confident yet. I do want to have more fun with this thing, though, to be honest with you. And I still don't trust the roads here in the Philippines sometimes, because you think it's smooth until it's not. Well, like that one by the flyover, dude. Oh my God, I could have really fucked that one up. Really fucked that one up, to be honest with you. All right, here we go. We can gun in here. Slowly climbing up there. Straight away, I think it'll top speed at 95. If you look at it, it's still pretty fast, dude, to be honest with you. It's not 300 kilometers or 200 kilometers, but I mean, I still have fun, you know what I'm saying? I still have fun. Leaning, there's that truck coming through. Oh, that's garbage. And we are pretty much home. Morning, that's a morning guard. I'm back home in the boonies, which I love. I think I can get used to driving this, to be honest with you. Just the nature of it. This thing runs fantastic. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, God, for getting me home. Cat, there you are, my friend. Close this up. Okay. There's my boy. Hey, boy. How are you, my boy? There's going. And every time I go home like this, I feel like Mr. Rogers. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Won't you be my neighbor?